welcome everyone. My name is Maureen Scallon-Failer. Thank you, Brad. And I am president of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. And I'd like to welcome all of you here this morning to come hear about the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. I would like to bring, again, call on Scott Taylor. Scott, can you just come up and just talk briefly about our upcoming event, and then just a little bit more. You guys did a great job on the board, but just a little bit.
Sure. Well, again, on behalf of the board, thank you for coming and welcome. I am a board member, but I still blue tag. That's the only reason why I'm on it, because I get to wear that. No, one of the things about the Bloomington Chamber is, what you put into it is what you get out of it. So, the thing we stress is be active. There's a lot of events that you can participate in. There's a lot of committees that you can be on. And if you don't want to put that much time into it, just go to the events. You'll meet a lot of different people. You'll make a lot of new connections. So the key here is just get involved. One of the things I did was, I got to meet a few members, and as I got to meet a few members and get along, they were nice enough, and then Mark was one of them, to recommend me to be on the board. And I got to meet a lot of new individuals through them. So it really helps, and I've really been enjoying it. This year I've taken over the finance treasurer office for that, which also puts me in with the Minneapolis Regional Chamber as part of their audit and finance committee, which obviously I didn't read the fine print about the treasurer part, so got thrown into that right away. But that's okay, that's good. It's good. I get to meet more. That's what's fun about being part of the Bloomington Chamber. It's not just the Bloomington Chamber, you're part of the Minneapolis Regional Chamber, so anything that Minneapolis has going on, or the Northeast Minneapolis events, you can participate in them as a member. So you're really stretching your networking value there. The other thing I got involved in was the golf event, which is coming up here in June 16th. We're filling up fast. There's many ways to participate in this. You can sign up as golf participants. You can help out as volunteers. We are always looking for silent auction items, so if you have anything that you'd like to put in. And the biggest thing is that we're always looking for sponsors. It's a great way to get your name out there. It's a great way to get introduced. So think about those things. We put brochures out on your tables. Take a look at. Again, we're filling up pretty fast, but there's always room and opportunities there. So that was it.
Great, thank you, Scott. Okay, what we're going to do next is we've got just a short little video to give you a little taste and to set the stage. So Brad, you want to? Thank you, Brad. Wasn't that great? Doesn't that just get you all excited about everything we're doing here at the Bloomington Chamber and Minneapolis? I want to just quickly recognize Tim Sassy in the back. Tim, can you wave to everyone? Tim is with the city of Bloomington, and Tim and the city comes frequently to videotape all of our programs, which end up being rebroadcasted on the city cable. So just another way we get the Bloomington Chamber out into the community. So our mission statement: to partner with the local businesses and the community to promote, support, and enhance business prosperity, civic vitality, and the quality of life in the Bloomington area. And this mission statement was redone about a year ago. The Bloomington Chamber Board of Directors held a strategic planning session, and it was an opportunity really to take a look to see where the Bloomington Chamber was at and the direction that we needed to go. And the group felt very strongly that we needed to update our mission statement to really reflect what the Chamber is and who we are in the Bloomington community. We have a very unique structure here with the Chamber. We are part of a bigger organization. We are with the Minneapolis Regional Chamber of Commerce. They are the legal entity of the corporation. Bloomington and Minneapolis merged together back in 2000, and Northeast Chamber came on board around 2006. And what this means is we are collectively a unified voice. We come together to work on regional issues and state issues, as well as being here on a local level, dealing with local issues. So this is a very unique structure that you will find with Chamber of Commerce. When you go to other communities, whether it's Richfield, Eden Prairie, they have their own chamber and they're wonderful chambers. But we bring a whole different perspective and opportunity, if you will, being a member of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. So when you come on board, if your presence is here in Bloomington, you do have access to members throughout the metropolitan area. So it's one membership fee for 3 chambers of commerce. Here shows kind of just the demographics of where all of our members are coming from. And okay, good, it is updated. So we have well over 1,000 members, 1,500 locations, and over 200,000 employees. Now, when a business joins the chamber, what that allows is all employees of your business to be a member of the chamber. We want to make sure that we are bringing value, benefit, resource, and opportunity to your whole organization. When we do that, your business benefits and prospers as well. All right, members by size of company. The predominant makeup of our membership is small business, and the feds define small business 50 employees and lower. I define small business a little bit lower than that, so 5 employees down to 1. Then you can also see the 51 to 100 and then the 500 plus. We are here really to help all businesses of all sizes, but the majority of our membership base is made up of small business. And the reason that is when you look at the history of chambers of commerce, small business owners wear many different hats. You're the accountant, the general manager, the HR, the IT, and the sales force. And so the Chamber of Commerce really can help businesses who are on a smaller level succeed by bringing you some resources to help you be a better business owner, manager, and to bring more tools to the table. I'm going to be turning it over to Brad here in a moment, but I got to share something with you. Last night, Kate actually was with me. We were over at the Bloomington school board meeting. And we had the opportunity to highlight one of our programs, which I feel is probably one of the more successful programs of the Bloomington Chamber. And that's the Bloomington Future Leaders Program. And Kate's going to be talking about that in a little bit. But we were there to present what we have done over this last year. We presented 4 scholarships to 4 seniors that either are from Bloomington or Jefferson, Bloomington, Jefferson, or Kennedy High Schools. And I'll tell you, it was a very special evening to be able to do that. This has been a vision of the Bloomington Chamber and the board, is to invest into our future and to invest into the school system here. Education is a #1 priority of the Bloomington Chamber. We need to ensure that we are investing in our future. So Kate's going to be talking about that. But this is a program that Programs and Events has allowed us to do, is to be able to provide scholarships. And these kids were outstanding. They're energetic, they're smart, they're exciting, and they're ready to go out and really do something for themselves. And to be a part of that is really something incredible. So I would like to welcome you all. I appreciate you all taking the time out here this morning to come and hear about the Bloomington Chamber. I want to thank Scott and Mark for coming, being here from our board, Kate, who will be talking later, Randy, one of our ambassadors, and now I'll turn it over to Brad.
All right. Again, my name is Brad Grew. I'm the membership director here, and I appreciate you all being here. Now, I'm the membership director here in Bloomington. I do have a counterpart in Minneapolis, Lisa, who many of you probably know as well. So yes, #1 reason somebody typically gets involved into the Chamber of Commerce is to get out and network, come to our events, get involved in our committees. It's a great way to meet people. So we do have several events that not only you, but as Maureen mentioned, anybody from your company can get involved with. Start off with, we had a program a couple weeks ago, Business Matters, Safety Matters. We partnered with our local Bloomington Police Department on programs on safety and business. And a couple weeks ago, we had one on crime scene investigations. We were actually at the police department learning how that all worked. It's a really fascinating program. We partner with the Bloomington PD about 3 to 4 times a year on programs, so our next one should be about July. Our beer program stands for Bloomington, Eden Prairie, Edina, and Richfield. We partner with those 3 other chambers 5 times a year. We're actually having a beer program in October this upcoming year. But otherwise, we actually have one next Monday, and probably hit your inbox here recently. And we have somebody from the U.S. Olympic curling team that's going to be speaking at Bachman's in South Minneapolis. It's Richfield's turn to host the program. Edina had one a couple of months ago, and Ann Bancroft was the speaker for that program. General membership meeting is kind of our more formal sit-down meeting. We had our State of the City address in March. We had our annual meeting in January. It's good programs to come to as well. Our Public Affairs Forum, we have Congressman Eric Paulson coming in on June 5th. So if you're interested in kind of getting an update from Washington, D.C., that'd be a good program to come to. But we've had our local legislators come in. It's a good way to kind of stay up to date. Our Public Affairs Committee meets on the 3rd Wednesday of every month, and they put these programs on. And as I mentioned, the State of the City address is every single March, and that we had it over at the Doubletree a couple months ago. It was just a great program with the mayor and the city manager, Mark Bernardson. As I mentioned, and as Maureen mentioned, this crosses over to Minneapolis and Northeast. Here are all the programs that Minneapolis and Northeast offers for you. Business Day at City Hall gives you the opportunity to get down to Minneapolis, the City Hall in Minneapolis. Good Morning Minneapolis is their version of our general membership meeting, more of a formal sit-down type of event. Small Business University, there's going to be a program this upcoming Friday here, actually, the Lunch and Learn. It's full. However, we do have these kind of programs, give the small businesses the opportunity to speak on a topic. Grow Minnesota is a really neat program. We have a volunteer, and either myself or Maureen will go into the businesses and kind of learn about their local, or about their business trends over the last 2 to 3 years. We take those trends, we send them to the State Chamber of Commerce to see if there needs to be anything advocated for in the next legislative session. So we work together with other chambers in the state of Minnesota. We work with the State Chamber of Commerce, and they have the ability to kind of try to see, are there trends that are hurting business out there right now? Obviously there is, but is there something that we can do about it as a team? Critical Issues Forum is a Minneapolis event. They kind of understand what are the issues going on in Minneapolis. And we have had different topics throughout the year about, is it every other month, Brent?
Critical Issues is quarterly, and it's big topics, regional topics. The one we have at the end of this month is the Business Vitality Event.
Right, and Town Talk is a Northeast version, kind of pretty much the same thing. As I mentioned, Mayor Gene Winstead, he's our silent auctioneer at our gala every single January. And we are happy he comes to our ribbon cuttings. He's a good partner of the Chamber. The Bloomington Chamber of Commerce is instrumental in helping grow businesses and making the city of Bloomington a great place to work, live, and play. Its leadership on the issues is of extreme value, not only to the business community and the city, but the community as a whole. So we're proud to have him as a good partner with the Chamber. We do have some pure networking events too. In fact, we have one tomorrow in Northeast, and we have one here on Thursday. Let's Connect is one of my favorite events that we have. And if you haven't tried it out yet, I would recommend coming this Thursday. You have the ability to stand and do your 1-minute commercial on your business in front of like about 45 other people in the room. It's a really good event. You bring your brochures, you bring your business cards. It's a good way to get the word out about your company. It's this Thursday, May 15th, 7:30 to 9. We can talk about it afterwards. And when we don't have Let's Connect on a given month, we have the happy hour event. We just had one at the brand new Holiday Inn Express on the west side of Bloomington, and we are still planning one for June. We have it every other month. We have Let's Connect every other month. South Metro Young Professionals, we have one on building your real estate portfolio next Thursday. If that's something that interests you, you're welcome to attend that. It is here in this room. We actually have one of our brand new members of the Covington, Kim Lilly, is going to be speaking on the rental industry, the rental side of that whole of real estate. Other networking events. Drive is Minneapolis' version of our South Metro Young Professionals. The third Friday of every single month, they have an event at the local downtown, and they have a monthly roundtable event. Executive Women's Council meets about 4 to 5 times a year. That's for the executive leadership, and they have a program coming up as well, I believe. Leadership Twin Cities is something that Brent just graduated from last week. I graduated from last May. It is a year-long, year-long program for those professionals, just about that are up and, I'd say up and coming, but of course Brent is already coming. I mean, he's past that already. But
Come and gone.
yeah. Each month they kind of touch on something that a Chamber of Commerce touches on. So they have a public policy day, they have an economic development day, they have an arts and culture day. So it's a kind of a good way to meet other leaders in the Twin Cities. There's 60 people in the class. Application process is going on right now. It starts in September out in Chaska. So it's a really neat program. If you're interested, talk to myself, talk to Brent. There's also information. Yeah, we actually have new brochures out on the table, so make sure you grab one on the way out. Get Acquainted breakfast is tomorrow morning. It's Northeast version of Let's Connect. Go up to Northeast. You can do your 1-minute commercial. They have about 70 people coming. It'll be a good program as well. And of course, Northeast has their networking nights as well. So a lot of different good programs that you have the ability to engage with. Bloomington Future Leaders, we mentioned it earlier. We're going to have Kate come up and speak on this. But you know, obviously Maureen's got a lot of passion for this. Education is one of our #1 priorities here at the Bloomington Chamber. And we're going to have Kate come on up and speak on Future Leaders.
So the Bloomington Future Leaders program has been growing and growing and growing for the past couple of years. It started out as one conference and an idea, and now we're up to about 7 different events and over 42 businesses volunteering to interact with the students. And what Bloomington Future Leaders it's a partnership with the Bloomington High Schools, Jefferson and Kennedy, specifically their intern classes and students participating in their other business classes such as sports marketing and intro to business. And the whole focus of the program is to engage students with business professionals and volunteers. So we want to give them opportunities to learn how to network. We want to give them opportunities to have some real world conversations with business professionals. So on a academic year basis, we have about 6 or 7 different programs. They range in community service events. We have a fall leaf raking event. We have a city parks cleanup. Two of the highlights of the program are our business conferences, though. In November, we have a networking conference where we ask about 20 different volunteers to come in and interact with about 70 students from the high schools. And in the fall, we have Stevie Ray come in, and he does a really interactive, fun, engaging activity for students. And then in February, we have a business conference with the same number of professionals and students, different students, so that you know that. And it's focused on adversity and diversity. And this is a really engaging conference because students on the networking part, they don't quite get it yet, but on the diversity and adversity part, they really understand what it is, and they leave that conference understanding that they have a support system in their community, which they may not have known about. But they have a lot of powerful conversations with the business professionals. So it's a really fun event. We also do mock interviews, which is fun. We just completed that last week at Kennedy High School. And the students are really nervous because a lot of times it's the first time they've had a professional interview. So really great ways for our chamber members to be involved with students in the high school and to make a difference in their lives. We receive numerous positive comments from our students. This year, again, as Maureen said, we also offered a scholarship, which was very exciting. We were able to award 4 students from the high school scholarships. Next year, our focus is going to be on building a mentorship program, and this is really exciting. We'd like various members or various levels of mentorship, from, you know, sitting down and meeting a student for coffee just to tell them about what it's like to be a CPA or a marketing director or an owner of a small business, all the way up to a full-fledged internship, you know, with a start and end date for maybe 3 months, one of their trimesters. So that's something where we're really going to look towards the chamber members this next year to be involved and to really help grow some mentorship opportunities with some of those students. We do meet monthly on Thursdays at 7 a.m. Our steering committee does, so we have a really dedicated group of individuals that meet, and it does include the business teachers at the high schools. And we are looking to expand involvement on some different levels in terms of some programming, helping with that, and we're always looking for the mentorship opportunities, as I said. But if anyone has any interest in being involved, please contact me after this, and I'd love to take your card and we can talk more about how you can be involved in this program. And then I'll also talk briefly about community outreach, and that committee also has grown over the past couple years, and it's a really fun way for our chamber members to be a part of giving back to the community. We, on a monthly basis, will plan an outreach event where we have anywhere from 20 to 30 volunteers volunteer for a local nonprofit or the school district or the city. Some things we've done is we've read at the Pond Center to the preschoolers. That's always a fun event. We've helped clean shelves at Veep. We've helped at Bridging, move furniture, fold towels, whatever they need us to do. Brush with Kindness is in May, I'm not sure what date that was, where we basically went into a house in the Bloomington community for Habitat for Humanity and painted and helped build things. And so every month we have something going on. But the other great thing about this is it's a really great way to network that's less formal. So you get to be in your, you know, jeans, and you get to wear the awesome blue t-shirts that were up on the screen earlier, but it's just a really relaxing, fun way to give back to the community and to network in a different way than a happy hour at Let's Connect. So if you have any interest in that committee, come see me also. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Kate. And bottom line is, it's just another way to meet people, to network your business. The third item up here, third bullet point, is our ribbon cuttings. You can see we had one at the Bloomington Fiat, and we have had, what, 5 or 6 over the last month just here in Bloomington. Minneapolis has had a, yeah, we were just at Western Bank last Thursday as they moved from Edina to Bloomington recently. So yes, we have had a lot of ribbon cuttings. We do it for relocated businesses. We do it for new businesses just moving in town, or maybe we're going to be lining one up at Covington here very soon. And of course, if you have new ownership, is another good way to kind of get a.
And they bring cake.
Oh yes. We have a great partner here in Bloomington, the Sam's Club. Sam's Club donates a cake for every single one of our ribbon cuttings, so we're very happy to have that partnership. Community Connections is Minneapolis's version of community outreach. It's brand new as of a couple months ago. We Didn't Reap is something the Northeast is doing right now. At least they're trying. They have a lot of community gardens up there. They started first week of May. It's been a very wet month and it's been very tricky to try to get this done in Northeast. Signature events. As Scott mentioned, we have the golf tournament coming up in June, and if you haven't signed up, please do so soon. It is filling up nicely. The gala we had every single January. It's the third Saturday every single January. We had it at Radisson Blue, and we always have a theme. If you're interested in help set that kind of event up, we have a committee for you. Signature events downtown. Best in Business Awards. They have 5 categories every single year. It makes WCCO news every single year, and they award small business, medium-sized business, nonprofit, large business, and up-and-coming business every single year. We have the Minnesota Keystone Program, which is our largest event throughout all 3 chambers every single December. If you can prove that you provide 2 to 5% of your pre-tax earnings every single year, you can be designated as a Keystone member. You put in the program. It's a good way to kind of get the word out about your company. Chamber Night at the Twins is actually Chamber Day at the Twins, and it's this Thursday. We're hoping for nice weather. Come on. And hoping for a good game from the Twins, too. So it's this Thursday at the Target Field. Celebrate Northeast Parade is the night after our golf tournament. They have a huge parade along Central Avenue in Northeast. It's been going on for like 90 years. The Northeast celebration is in December of every year, I believe. It's fairly new, a celebration up in Northeast. I'm going to turn it over to Brent here. He's going to talk about some of the benefits you can work online. So Brent Pavia.
Thanks, Brad. For those of you who are new, or for those of you who are old too, some of you have these at your table, and if you want, a lot of the information we've been talking about is in the little packet. There's also a front sheet for you to jot some notes, to leave them for Brad, myself, or whoever on staff, something you're interested in, you have more questions that you'd like us to follow up on. As Scott mentioned off at the beginning, getting involved is a key, but what does that mean? Because, you know, Brad and I work at the Chamber, we can't go to all of our great programs and events, right? I mean, it's just impossible. So it's really a matter of what makes sense for you, how to engage best. And I always recommend at the beginning, if you are interested in something, you're available to go, check it out by all means. But then try to get a sense, a little planning goes a long way. So a little strategic thought into how you want to best use your membership is great, and Brad and I are available to kind of talk you through that piece. Makes a big difference. You're a company of 1 versus a company of 500, as Maureen mentioned at the beginning, how you might want to make use of the Chamber. And it's not always about going to things. You can do a lot sitting at your office through the Chamber. One of the best ways to start out is to understand what we do offer, and it may seem like we're giving you the kitchen sink today, in a way we sort of are, but I recommend you first check out the website. And we talked a little bit about the kind of 3-in-1 nature of our Chamber, which is unique. So you'll see that at the homepage, there's one for Minneapolis, here it's on the Bloomington Chamber homepage, and Northeast. And so check out the different things that we have to offer, and if there's something that we didn't talk about and you want to follow up, let us know. One of the keys, Maureen mentioned this early, is that even though membership goes to an organization, all of the staff within a Chamber member organization is a Chamber member. And each person gets his or her own individual username and password. And so if you're a member and you don't know what that is, and you haven't accessed it, let me know. Because that's kind of the key to register for events, for you to be able to update your personal information, to make sure your email is correct, you're receiving communications, and your company information. It also allows you to post things on the, if you are the type of business that offers discounts, you want to put deals on the website, or you want to offer a member-to-member discount, if you want to post your jobs through the Chamber, all those things are available, and you can do that yourself through your username and password. So check that out. Some other benefits. Online membership directory. First, make sure that your organization is listed the way you want it to be listed in the chamber, on the chamber website, that all the links are working correctly. You also have access to the membership database. Monthly we update that, and if you're doing a fundraiser, if you're doing a celebration where you want to send invitations by industry type or by zip code, you can sort that. It's a nice little Excel spreadsheet, so that's available to you as members. I mentioned a little bit about the member-to-member discount program. Rebecca talked a little bit earlier about the Minnesota Drug Card, which we're happy to partner with. Do you want to say a few more words? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I think you kind of covered it.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, all chamber members have access to it. They're employees, volunteers, and they're connected with it. It is a free program. It's as simple as taking the prescription discount card into your pharmacy and receiving a discount at the time of service. You can print a card from the website. If you click on that button, it'll pull you up to a spot where you can print a free card. Also on the website, you can find the pharmacies that participate. You can also price your medications, put in your drug name, quantity, strength, and it'll give you an estimated amount of what you would pay at the pharmacy, whether it be Target, Walmart, Walgreens. Hub and Target are actually the two preferred pharmacies for the program, and they're actually both members of the chamber as well. So if you have any questions afterwards, just feel free to ask me.
Yeah, Brad has some sample cards there for you. We also have some affinity programs with Office Depot and UPS, so easy to do. Also online, just kind of click on those icons and you can check out how to have some discounts for shipping and office supplies through your chamber membership. Some other programs. Connect for Lunch is, we talk a lot about networking at the chamber, and it gets to be one of those terms that can be kind of broad and vague, and how do you mean networking, because you can network anywhere, anytime, right? Connect for Lunch is based on the premise of, you have to eat lunch, why not make some new contacts over that time period. So we put you together with 2 or 3 other chamber members at a chamber restaurant, and that from different businesses. And there's a free trial period. You just pay for your own lunch. So if you're interested in it, check it out, give it a try. We have office facilities, conference facilities, both here in Bloomington and downtown. If that interests you, we have phenomenal seats at all the major sports venues. So if that's something that you wanted to do, if you wanted to bring a client or some employees. I was telling Eric, who's got some tickets later for the Twins, you dress nicely because you will be on TV, so it's one of those kind of deals. Community calendar and member news are 2 areas I'd like to talk a little bit about because I think they're kind of underutilized. Community calendar is the opportunity through the chamber website for you to post your events, your programs. If your accounting firm is putting on a seminar for small business and you want to make that available through the chamber, put that on community calendar. It's where I post all the ribbon cuttings and grand openings, and it's a great resource. Member news is an opportunity for you to highlight your success. If you win an award, if you bring in a new senior leader, give that to us. They're press releases, and then we can help kind of put that out through the chamber world as well. And then member referral program, one of Brad's favorites. Why don't you tell us what it is, and maybe there's an example here or two that you want to highlight.
Yeah, we have. It's a great program. So you refer a business that's not a member, and they join you. You get a $50 gift card to one of our local restaurants. I can see Mark, our board chair, co-board chair, did it last year for Burst Disposal, and referred him. He was able to get a $50 gift card. So it is a great program. So if you know any businesses that you think would be a good fit for what we're talking about this morning, please let me know.
We've talked a little bit about committee involvement. We have some great examples here. I think a lot of people find it hard to believe that we have a relatively small staff that actually work for the chamber, and I think altogether 14, 15, 3 full-time here in Bloomington, and the rest in Minneapolis. But we really couldn't do the phenomenal work that we do without obviously our members, but all of the committee members that we have, all of our volunteers. And from board, each of the 3 chambers have their own boards of directors, but also some of the committees that do particular work. We talked a little about ambassadors. I have the privilege of being the staff liaison to both the Minneapolis and Bloomington Ambassador Committee, and Randy is one of our phenomenal ambassadors, chaired the committee for a long time. Can you say a few words about what you do on the Ambassador Committee, Randy?
Sure. Can I hear the phenomenal part again?
It's the best. For you new members, the people that are the red, if you haven't had your visit yet from one of our ambassadors, request Randy, because you'll enjoy your visit. So.
Okay, this is kind of a relaxed portion of the program. What is an ambassador? What do we do? Well, we try to portray ourselves as the face of the chamber. Now, I'm sure some of you are immediately thinking, is this the best face that you can come up with? And so, actually, no, the pretty face couldn't be here today. She was busy, so I'm here instead. But what we do as ambassadors, we're kind of the outreach arm of the chamber. In other words, we're the people that try to engage the various members, both new and existing. We have a lot of new members here today. And so, therefore, what we do is we do things like we do calls on new members, which Brent mentioned, and you'll be getting one of those down the road. And we'll have a conversation about the chamber and some of the opportunities that are available for you there, and get a chance to learn a little bit more about what your business is and what you want to present in that fashion. We also do calls on existing members. We go out and take the temperature of existing members to find out what's going on with their membership and are they enjoying all the benefits that are available in the chamber. We do ribbon cuttings, we do open houses. We represent the chamber in terms of a membership perspective. We're non-staff, so we will be a attendee at events such as this so that we can reach out, meet people, welcome them, see if we can provide some kind of an intelligent answer to any questions you may have, which we're available for that. If you see one of us at one of the events and you have a question, staff's tied up, feel free to contact us. You know, ask us if we know anything about this. If we don't, we'll find out or we'll connect you up with a staff member that can give you an answer. So we provide that kind of a role. So we do a lot of things in terms of the chamber. Now I just want to touch briefly, excuse me, I've been a member for over 25 years, since 1989, and I've been an ambassador / diplomat during that period as well. And so the thing that I want to stress that's been hit on is the fact that it's your participation. There's 30 people in this room. There's 30 stories in this room. Who do you believe has the responsibility for getting that story out there? It's you. It's your story. But you want to be sure and understand that everybody has a story. So if you want to engage, if you want to meet people, you want to get out and you want to hear what they have to say. You can't communicate about your fellow members if you really don't have a good knowledge of who they are and what they do. What's the potential? Well, it's been said that everybody on average knows about 250 people, plus or minus, but about 250 people. There's roughly 30 people in this room today, so if you put a pencil to that real quick in your head, you have access to circles of influences of roughly 7,500 people just based on the people that's in this room. They're not going to approach you. Some might, they're not going to approach you. You need to get out and you need to let people know your story. The chamber has roughly 1,000 people. Real quick one on that one. The circle of influence there is 250,000 potential people that can hear your story. 250,000 people that you have access to in this chamber through the people that they know. And your story is waiting to be heard. So the thing I want to leave you with today, the message I want to leave you with today is two things. The first thing is the Ambassador Committee is here to help you. And we'll do the best we can as possible whenever we can. And then the second thing is get your story out there. Tell people what you do. You're more interesting than you really think you are. I've already had a chance to meet a couple of people. I met Jerry Gould today. Jerry and I are neighbors, didn't even know it. He's across the street practicing CPA. We talked a little bit of tax, which is something I don't do. He's the kind of person that I need to know, just like Scott, the kind of person I need to know. If I have a person that needs that kind of help that I can send them to, that's the way this thing works. My name's Randy Royce with Wells Fargo Advisors.
Thanks, Randy. Other areas to get involved with, this is a great opportunity for professional development, for giving back. A lot of people who do the chamber, that's where they're here. So public affairs, Brad mentioned that, the Young Professionals Group, events, if you love planning events, if you love putting things together. Gala and golf, half a year to one, half a year to the other. and Brad mentioned Grow Minnesota as well. If you want to have those conversations with area businesses, those kind of private conversations, and then get rolled up into a larger statewide picture, Grow Minnesota is the committee for you. We also have some business referral groups, chamber nets and B2Bs. We have 2 in Bloomington, 2 in Minneapolis. Kind of like the United once a month instead of weekly, industry-specific groups. And we talked a little bit about the lunch and learns. Small business lunch and learns are also a great opportunity for you to present through the chamber. A good way to get in front of the chamber audience. And then turn this over to Brad to end. I just wanted to say one thing about the ribbon cutting, since I'm the person who carries the big red and the ribbon to all the events. I encourage you to check that out and to go to them, especially if you know it's in your area and it's easy to do. People are always in a good mood. It's a great opportunity to network and share some success. So feel free. I put those there for a reason. Anybody can go to them.
And lastly, you can see some advertising opportunities on our website or enhanced listings. You've heard me talk about enhanced listings before. It kind of gives you a little bit more promotion for your business on your directory. Website banner ads, update newsletters you get every Monday from me. Lots of different ways to promote your business via sponsorships or whatever the case is. Here's your decals. Make sure they're on your door, your membership plaque up on your wall. If you don't have one, let us know. If you're not a member, you don't have one yet, but you soon will. Follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of our communications. What's next is that packet in front of you. Let us know how we can kind of monitor your membership. And we're going to do one last video.
We're on year 2 now and love the Chamber and all of their events. We've gotten significant business out of the Chamber and made some great connections as well.
This year we've done candidate forums, we did critical issues forums, information on light rail transit, on healthcare, on a number of different issues that are definitely beneficial to business owners here in the city of Bloomington.
Well, it's just great to have a Chamber of Commerce that does well, does a lot of things for the community, because the community is made up of so many parts. It's residents, it's businesses, it's commercial areas, everything. So when the Chamber is healthy, it just really helps all the businesses and really the residents of the city of Bloomington.
One of the biggest benefits that I get is the networking, being able to meet all different types of people in all different types of industries. And what's been really exciting is at times in my job, I've actually needed to talk to those folks. I've come back and I've said, hey, I've met those people at an event. I know who I can get a hold of for an issue that I need to deal with.
And my business being very much a networking opportunity business, it was crucial for me to get out into the community, tell everybody what I do, let everybody know that we're there, and it helped really propel our business much faster than what I anticipated it would go. The database that is put together has been extremely helpful in pinpointing businesses that you want to network with. What's also beneficial for me is the opportunity to network into the Minneapolis Chamber as well.
So I meet people who haven't been connected with others in the Chamber yet and are new members. So I have an opportunity to introduce them to some very important people in our community, including the mayor, Gene Winstead.
The staff, I think, is key to being a part of helping us get more involved in the community.
I love being in the Chamber. It's helped me. I know it helps your business, definitely. It helps your bottom line. You're meeting people, you're making money. But it's also helped me grow as a person. I was kind of an introvert and shy, but through the Chamber and working with people like Brent and Brad and Maureen, I have kind of come out my shell and become a little more social.
One of the things I really appreciate about the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce is the opportunity to be involved in community outreach. We've really come a long way. We used to have maybe a half a dozen people come to our events. Now we're getting over 20 people.
I've built the best relationships through the Chamber to these kind of events. Working together, talking together, finding connection points, and again, doing it all for a really good cause.
future leaders include business and marketing students from Jefferson and Kennedy. And we work in collaboration with the Bloomington Chamber. They learn a little bit about business people, what they do, how they do it in our community of Bloomington.
We are based out of Santa Monica, but I represent ZipRecruiter here in the Twin Cities. So working virtually, it gave us an opportunity to introduce ZipRecruiter, have an official grand opening, and have it advertised to the community.
You know, anyone who's on the fence, I would suggest that you jump right in.
So again, thanks for being here. Feel free to stick around.